Introducing the Open Palm Podcast, hosted by Jerome Shaw. Available today on your favorite podcasting platforms, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor.fm, and many more. The Open Palm Podcast, where the host engages his listeners with inspirational messages, motivating themes, and thought-provoking ideas. Topics include: make more mistakes, how much is your value, don't get right, get going, learning to let go, excellence is a habit, and more. Binge listen today. Subscribe today. It's getting excellent ratings. That's the Open Palm Podcast, hosted by Jerome Shaw. You can also find it on YouTube. Make sure you share it with your social networks and connect on Twitter and Instagram at Jerome Shaw. That's the Open Palm Podcast with Jerome Shaw. Available today on your favorite podcasting platforms. Go listen, download, and subscribe now.
I'm still discovering new things every day about the universe. But one thing that I am steadily discovering with post-haste is that the universe responds to strength and not to weakness. The universe responds to belief and not to doubt. The universe responds to conviction and not to uncertainty. The universe responds when you jump in the pool, when you jump in the water. It doesn't respond to dipping your toe in just a little bit, The universe responds when you dive in the deep. Not knowing what lay ahead, not knowing what may happen, not knowing what's coming your way, the universe responds. It responds to faith. It responds to action. That is how we get the attraction. That's how it's activated. But it's always on. It's always activated. Everything we do is attracting what we want or what we don't want. Everything. Everything is a manifestation, but the universe responds when you are willing to go out on a limb, when you are willing to start, willing to begin. It is not the lack of resources, but lack of resourcefulness. It's not the lack of what you need to get you to the next level, but the lack of the will to do it. The will. There have been so many times in my life where the will to do something has held me back. It's something that I'm consistently working on myself, just chipping away at whatever it is that stops me from thinking that I can or cannot do something. The willpower, the will to do it is more essential. You know, a multi-millionaire once said that making $1 million is easy. You know, a millionaire is simply someone who did the things that anybody could do, right? While everybody was waiting on somebody, eventually, nobody did what anybody could do. So a millionaire is just someone who did something that anybody could do. He was the somebody, or she was the somebody, right? Because gender is non-gender specific. A millionaire is a millionaire. But I once heard from a multimillionaire that making $1 million is easy. It's easy. What was harder than making $1 million was believing that they could make $1 million. But getting the money was easy. That was the easy part. Believing that they could do it, that was challenging. That was tough. So understand, my friend, the universe responds to strength. The will to do it, making a decision, deciding. There's a whole chapter in Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill dedicated to decision making. Deciding. When I quit my job and I decided to drive to California, that was a decision. I didn't know what would happen. I knew in my mind what I wanted to happen, but I didn't know how it would come to place. I didn't know how things would unfold. I didn't know. I set out with an intention, But so many things have happened that I never intended for. It is like the universe conspires to assist the one who dares to not just dream, but dares to decide that they are willing to do whatever it takes. Set it and forget it, my friend. Set the intention in your mind of what you want, what you desire. Hold it and then let it go. Let go of expectation, but be willing to continue to move forward. And the universe responds in kind. It sees that you are at least willing to go for it. Now, so many things will happen to you, my friend, good and bad things. Not just good, but bad things as well. Things that happen that will come, obstacles that you will have to face and turn into opportunities, things, crises in the family, all sorts of things will happen in your life, but you are being shaped, you are being molded, you are being sculpted, you are being cut down in order to fit the lifestyle that you are looking for, in order to fit what you are wanting, what you are desiring. You have to be sculpted, molded, shaped, formed into a shape that is able to fit. They say that you can't fit a square peg in a round hole, right? You can't fit a square peg in a round hole. It won't go through. It won't fit. So maybe at this point, at this level, at this state of consciousness, you are not able to fit the life that you want. And that's why you're running up against barriers. But by going through these barriers, by daring to fail boldly and go through them, you will be shaped into that round shape to fit inside that hole. You'll slide right through. I'm sure you've seen it. Different people perhaps you look up to. Not compare, but observe from a distance, from afar. You see that things just seem to come easy for them, right? It seems that they come easy, that they come natural. It's natural for them to be rich. It's natural for them to be wealthy. It's natural. That's because it is, my friend. It is natural. I believe that poverty, destitution, these things are unnatural. You weren't put here on this earth to live an impoverished life, a life of lack, a life of less than. You weren't put here to live that life. You were put here to live a life of abundance because the world is abundant. Nature is abundant. You are an abundant being. Step out on faith. Follow all in thy heart. And with faith steps, the universe will step in. It will step in and either take you away from the situation that is no longer serving you. You may be removed and placed elsewhere. You may have things happen to you or feel that they are happening to you, but my friend, I'm telling you, they are happening for you. Your life is being designed on purpose when you start to live a purpose-driven life. Thank you for listening, my friend. This has been Jerome Shaw on TOP, the Open Palm Podcast here in Lake Elsinore, California. The Open Palm means harmony with the world, understanding our place in the world, using our skills accordingly, greeting the world with an open palm instead of a closed fist. I pray you received an encouraging message from this episode today that you would share with a like-minded individual who is learning and growing, becoming their greatest version, daring to fail greatly and allowing the universe to step in and help them once they have made a decision. Nothing without intention, my friend. There may be things that happen that you did not intend for, but as long as you keep your intention, the universe starts to pay attention. So pay it forward today so more can hear this message. If you resonated with this and gained value, then I invite you to become a supporter of the podcast, opening your browser to anchor.fm/jshaw and clicking that little support button there is much appreciated. Joining the other supporters who I have to shout out and give thanks for. Thank you so much for continuing to donate and supporting the podcast. Much love to you, my friends. Grab the new book on Amazon, Sun Gaze for Success: How Anyone Can Harness the Sun by Jerome Shaw. And have a blessed day or night wherever you are, my friend. Take care. Hey there, my friend. So you've heard about Anchor, but do you know why it's the easiest way to make a podcast? Well, first off, it's free. It allows you to use creation tools that let you record your podcast right from your phone or computer. It also distributes your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more platforms. You can even make money from your podcast with minimum listenership. It's everything you need in one place. Download the free Anchor app today or go to anchor.fm to get started. Can't wait to hear yours. Let's see what you have to offer the world.